What up, guys? This is Purple Grizzly here. I got some Faceoff gameplay. You do not know what Faceoff is? It's the new playlist for Modern Warfare 3 that was released yesterday. It's actually a 1v1 and a 2v2 only playlist. It's a lot of fun. It's very competitive and fast-paced. This was my very first game that I played with, and I was playing with my buddy Antibiotics. We did pretty good. We were holding our own. I'm not gonna ruin the game for you guys. I'm going to let you guys watch it because it's very intense. It was a very close neck-and-neck game the whole way through. We were both try-harding, and yeah, I'm not going to tell you who wins, but the winner does win by one single dog tag. And you know, I would never post a gameplay where I go even. I do go even in the KD wise, but it's just the game was so intense. I figured that you guys would enjoy watching it because you really don't know what's going to happen. One of the cool things about this playlist is that it's actually the very first time that the only way to play on these certain maps is to play on the playlist. They're face-off exclusive only, and that's pretty cool. You know, I mean, I've never seen that in a Call of Duty game before. Also, guys, if I sound like I'm a little bit raspy or hoarse, it's because I kind of have a cold right now, but I really wanted to do this commentary, so I hope you guys don't mind that. And if you guys have not played this game type yet, if you haven't played Faceoff, I'm not sure if it's only for Elite members. I think that they're releasing it. I think they released it for free with non-Elite members. I'm not sure, but if you have not played this game type yet and you can, I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. You know, normally you'd think a 1v1 or a 2v2 would be very boring. It just, why even play? You're just going to be running around the map looking for a person. When really, the face-off maps, they're all very small. They're all very, you know, tight-quartered, fast-paced, and you're always, you know, finding a guy. I mean, there's times when we're playing on a big map, and we can't find anyone for like 30 seconds to a minute, and that gets really boring, and no one wants to watch that. And this, you know, it's only a matter of seconds before you find the enemy. I have yet to play the 1v1 version of this. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. The one thing that I do anticipate for it is that it's going to be very campish. From what I've heard, that, you know, there's going to be a lot of campers in that game type, and you know, that's not how I roll. I don't like playing against campers. I don't like camping myself. But the 2v2s are a lot of fun. It gets really competitive. I mean, if you're playing against some good players, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. If you're playing against some blind kid, you know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Pretty much just free XP. And I highly recommend working together. Like, you have to work together with your teammates. So I wouldn't really play with a random. I mean, that's just not me. You can if you want to, but I'd always bring a friend into it with you. You know, but make sure you both have mics. Make sure you're both communicating, calling out enemy positions. You know. Recon's a great perk for this game type, because you can just, you know, you throw a stun off in the distance, try to spot an enemy on the map. It's easy, you know. Yeah, so I mean, and also stick together. If you're doing 2v2s, you don't want to split up, because that'll get the enemies spawning in various positions. I've spawned literally in the same room as someone in this game type, and that's just frustrating. But stick with your teammates, because, you know, say someone's coming up from behind, they're going to shoot you in the back. You know, you have your teammate there to cover you. You always want to be looking around for the enemies, because, you know, this map is so small and all the other maps are so small. You really can't anticipate which way they're going to be coming from at all times. Besides the new Face-Off playlist and all these new Face-Off maps, I'm pretty sure that they released some other content with this Elite drop. Excuse me, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple Spec Ops missions. I could be wrong, but I do know that there's an actual, like, you know, universal multiplayer map out called Oasis. And, you know, there's a freaking guy outside my window right now weed eating. If you guys can hear him, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go out there with a knife and be like, "Yo, dog, I'm commentating." But I really hope to get a gameplay on Oasis for you guys really soon. In the past, when new maps have been released, I've done, you know, a little bit of a commentary on them. I've done some reviews, what I think of the maps, and just some tips that'll help you guys improve your gameplay when you're playing on them, what'll get you ready for it, you know, if you haven't gotten the maps yet and you're really thinking about it. Yeah, so I really got to do that for Oasis. I believe I've done it with Piazza, Overwatch, Foundation, Sanctuary. I think that's it. There might be one other, I'm not sure. If you guys haven't seen those, you could always go on my channel, just look through my videos. I'm pretty sure you'll find them. They're fairly recent. So yeah, I do plan to get some Oasis. I have played a couple games of it. I haven't really gotten any gameplay-worthy games on there, but it is a fun map. I can tell you guys, it's a lot of fun. It's really close-quartered, and the domination flags are all in a straight line. And when that happens with domination maps, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty hectic. So if you guys are wanting to go and play Face-Off, whether it's 1v1 or 2v2, and you're wondering what kind of gun you should be using, I'll fill you in on that right now. You can see here in this gameplay I'm using the MP7. Why? Because, you know, this was my first game. I was wanting to be a little competitive with it, and it's a really easy gun to use. You know, it's definitely one of the better guns in the game, but it really, the maps are very small, but they're built in a way where you could use any kind of gun. That's what I really like. I honestly think that these face-off maps are the most balanced maps that are in this game. I mean, the spawning, if you take out the spawning, they're definitely the most balanced in the game. I guess I would overall recommend any gun that you're comfortable with. I mean, you can run around with snipers. Some of the maps are different in the face-off playlist. Like, they're all the same size, but they're not necessarily as open as this map. A lot of them are a lot more tight-cornered and stuff like that. But you can, you know, I mean, SMGs will work on every single face-off map. Assault rifles are pretty solid. Shotguns, there's a few that are very strong for shotguns. And this one, obviously, you know, unless it's leveled up, I wouldn't use a shotgun. You can go LMGs. It's pretty much whatever you prefer. I've been really playing Call of Duty online since Call of Duty 4, and I gotta say, all multiplayer maps in COD aren't perfect. You know, there's definitely been some in the past games where the maps are just totally unbalanced. One side has a clear advantage over the other, and I gotta say the face-off maps are very balanced. They're probably the most balanced maps in this game. I mean, the spawning is a little iffy on some of them, but you're really not gonna find it where you have an advantage over one. Like on one spawn, you're gonna have an advantage over the other team if they spawn on the other side. It really doesn't work that way. The maps are pretty linear, and they flow really well. To wrap things up, I just wanted to say, you know, Face-Off is a lot of fun. Face-Off is definitely a really fun game type. I really didn't have high expectations for it, thinking, you know, oh, 1v1, 2v2, it's going to be really boring, but it's not. The maps are built so well that you're always going to be in combat some way or another. So if you guys haven't played Face-Off yet, do it. It's a lot of fun. Hop on it. Get a buddy with you for 2v2s. Even try to lone wolf it on 1v1. Hopefully you don't run into any campers. If you do, my heart goes out to you. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of doing like a face-off open lobby. If you guys would, I don't know, would you guys like that? You know, what I do is for each game I'll invite a subscriber or something like that, or a viewer of mine. Play a game with me. We'll do a little bit of 2v2, and then, you know, next game I'll invite someone else. And it's a lot of fun. And, you know, if you guys did not know, I do every once in a while on Twitter and Facebook. Both are great ways to get in contact with me. I release, you know, oh, hey, I need some teammates. I'm doing an open lobby or something like that. I'll post it on those, and I'm very good about responding. So even if you guys want to ask me a question, yeah, hit me up on those. You will find links in the description below. See here, we're down to the wire, 28 to 29. My buddy gets the kill, and then I finish this guy off for the win. So yeah, have a nice rest of your day, guys. Peace.
Excuse me while I light up the sky.